Hello, welcome back to the reading of the poem of the Man-God, written by MaryofAlphaeus, Volume 1. Chapter 105, Part 2. Jesus makes peace with his cousin Simon in the house of MaryofAlphaeus. It continues. There is an Eastern scene with cries and gestures of sorrow, in which they all take part. Also James and Judas, who have dared to go in. Jesus is the most quiet. He weeps only. Are you shedding tears? You loved him then? Asked Simon. Oh, Simon, why do you ask me? If I could have avoided it, do you think that I would have let him suffer? I am with the Father, but not above the Father. You cure dying people, but you did not cure him, remarks Joseph bitterly. He did not believe in me. That is true, Joseph, points out his brother Simon. He did not believe and did not renounce his ill feeling. There is nothing I can do when there is lack of faith and hatred. I therefore say to you, do not hate your brothers. Here they are. Their torture is not to be aggravated by your ill feeling. Your mother is torn to shreds more by this living hatred than by death that ends in itself. And in the case of your father, it ended in peace, because his desire to have me gained him God's forgiveness. I am not speaking of myself, neither am I asking anything for myself. I am in the world, but I am not of the world. What is alive in me compensates me for what the world denies me. I suffer with my humanity, but I raise my spirit above the earth, and I rejoice in celestial matters. But they do not violate the law of love and blood. Love one another. In James and Judas there is no offense against their blood, but even if there were, you must forgive. Look at things in the right way, and you will see that they are the most offended ones, as you do not understand the necessities of their souls enraptured by God. And yet they have no grudge, but only a desire for love. Is that right, my cousins? Judas and James, who are clasped in their mother's arms, nod while weeping. Simon, you are the oldest. Set the example. As far as I am concerned, but the world, but you. Oh, the world. It forgets and changes at each daybreak. And I? Come. Give me your brotherly kiss. I love you. You know I do. Divest yourself of those scales that make you hard and are not yours, but have been imposed by strangers, not as just as you are. Always judge with your upright heart. Simon, still somewhat reluctant, stretches out his arms. Jesus kisses him and then leads him towards his brothers. They kiss one another, weeping and moaning. It is your turn now, Joseph. No, do not insist. I remember my father's suffering. In actual fact, you are perpetrating it by your grudging attitude. It does not matter. I am faithful. Jesus does not insist. He addresses Simon. It is late in the evening, but if you do not mind, our hearts are burning with the desire to revere his remains. Where is Alphaeus? Where did you bury him? Behind the house, where the olive grove ends against the crag, a respectable sepulchre. Please take me there. Mary, take heart. Your husband is jubilant because he sees your children in your bosom. Stay here. I am going with Simon. Be in peace. Joseph, I am saying to you what I said to your father. I bear you no grudge. I love you. When you want me, call me. I will come and mourn with you. Goodbye. And Jesus goes out with Simon. The apostles look at them inquisitively, but they see that they are in perfect harmony and they are happy. Will you come too? Says Jesus. They are my disciples, Simon. They wish to revere your father. They wish to revere your father too. Let us go. They walk through the olive grove and it all ends. Jesus says, insert here the third and fourth visions given on 13th February 1944. As you see Simon, less obstinate, yielding to justice, if not completely, at least partially, with holy promptness. And after the meeting for Alphaeus' death, he did not become my disciple. Never mind an apostle, as in your ignorance you called him about a year ago. But at least he was a non-hostile spectator. He was also the guardian of his mother and of mine, when they were to be escorted and defended from people's lampooning. But he was not so strong as to impose himself on those who called me insane, and was still so much a man as to be a little ashamed of me and to worry about dangers to the whole family because of my apostolate against sex. But he already on the right way, on which way, after the sacrifice, he proceeded more and more steady, until he professed his faith in me with his blood. Grace at times operates instantaneously, at times slowly, but it always operates where there is a will to be just. Go in peace. Peace, be in peace in your sorrows. The time preparatory to Easter is beginning, and you are to carry the cross for me. I bless you, Mary of Jesus' cross. This has been a reading from the poem of the Man-God, written by MaryofAlphaeus, Volume 1. Chapter 105, Part 2, Jesus Makes Peace with his cousin Simon in the house of MaryofAlphaeus. Thank you for listening. I will see you tomorrow. May God bless you, and may peace be with you.